Soil bed preparation and seed bed placement are one of the most crucial aspects of raising high-yielding quality food for a growing population. Here at Ingersoll, we acknowledge the need to deliver on a higher quality, longer-lasting ground engaged tool. Behind me, you'll see one of the most modern factories in all the world. We came up with the concept by looking at ways to develop a superior edge hardness and find more flexibility to develop new materials, which we haven't been able to before with our existing processes. Well, it takes 4 stations to complete the product, from the load point, through a stamp press, through a heating process, through a forming process, and then return to a palletization process. Some of the challenges that we faced in developing the project were the restrictions that we had on floor space available in the facility. The entire line had to fit within a 7,000 square foot footprint. We also needed to design for commonality and ease of maintenance with our existing maintenance processes and systems in hardware and software. The first part of the process is we introduce a pallet into the loading station. The station is vertically stacked to save floor space. There's a robot behind that which will use a vacuum cup to pick up the part and then transfer it into the stamp press behind me. The important things in our stamping process is that it doesn't distort the part unnecessarily prior to doing the heating process. We also need to ensure that we have the correct stamp depth and that the product identification stamps for that particular customer are accurate and clear. We will put the part into a lifting station and accurately lift and hold the part in a position in front of the induction coil. Compared to our gas heating processes that we have now, we are able to alter the hardness in specific regions on the part as we heat it with induction and precisely control the amount of heat that we're putting into those regions. This gives us a tighter control on the material aspects of the part as heat treated as compared to the gas heat process, which can only heat the part uniformly across the structure. The next robot in the process will remove the part from the lifter and pass it onto the forming press. And the form press is going to quench the part and bring it to its hardness properties, as well as put the proper concavity into the part. The form press simply works by squeezing the part under pressure between 50 and 150 tons. While it does that, it holds that pressure on the part, and water is introduced through the dies to quench the hot steel down to ambient temperature. The finishing process involves first cleaning the product. Once the product comes out of our heating operation, it has a mill scale on the surface of the part which needs to be removed before we can paint it. Well, the selection for the coating system was based on several things. One was the footprint and size of the equipment. Also, we considered environmentals and energy consumption. Finally, the most important was the ability to apply colors to our parts, which we can't currently do with our existing processes. The powder coating system gives us favorable benefits in all of those attributes. Well, the features of our baking furnace system are such that the furnace has a very tight insulation envelope. It has precisely controlled and balanced airflow within the oven, not only to ensure a uniform and properly baked finish, but also, more importantly, to ensure that the product is uniformly heat treated and each part is cracked through the oven to ensure that it gets the proper amount of heat treat time. seeing everything come together when we got to the point where we groomed the automation equipment and we got the product beginning to pass through the system from point to point. And we rely heavily on the feedback from our production people and also our maintenance personnel to give us that feedback and guide us in the application of the project.